Okay, this is the fastest way to add site context to your Revit model and do it with good graphics. A lot of people don't think that, they'll think they'll either have to pay to get a nice, good massing Revit contextual model, or they'll have to spend a bunch of hours to create one. They also think that if you bring one, if they were to get one, bringing it into the Revit environment wouldn't be a good quality model, or it would look bad. So I'm going to show you in this video how you can do it really fast. You can do it free, and you can make it look good all at the same time. So here I am in my Revit environment. First thing I'm going to do is go to this website called CADmapper. All you have to do is sign in, create a free account, and then basically zoom in anywhere that you want. You'll notice down here it says it's a free file, is grayed out. It actually wants you to buy if you zoom out too far, but if you can zoom in, you can grab kind of a lot of context here for free. And you can also download as pretty much an unlimited amount, and you can stitch them together if you need something larger. So I'm just going to say I'm going to grab this site. So the settings over here, just keep this at AutoCAD, have this 3D buildings checked, and set automatic height to 3 meters if there's no data. The road geometry for good graphics, and I'll show you more later, I recommend using mesh surfaces. All of this is okay, don't have to change any of that. We can go ahead and create the file. It'll give you a little preview here before you're done. Yeah, there you go. And then you can click download. So I already have a few that I have downloaded into a folder. So you can actually just drag these into your Revit environment. So before I do that, I'll show you. You might be wondering, why not just import them directly into Revit? So I'll show you why. Insert, import CAD. So these are my models I'm going to show you. So let's do this first one here, and you'll see there. I'll put that guy there. Do another. These are all directly. These all directly were downloaded from CADmapper's website, so you can kind of see the quality that you get for free right out of the box. It's not terrible, but needs some work. So we'll grab this guy, and these are all importing automatically to B3 level. It's the lowest level in the project. You don't really have to worry about that. I'll just set it to 1 for now. So if you wanted to go and change the graphics of these, and if you were to repeat this process a bunch of times in the future, the way to change the graphics on this would be to go to Manage Object Styles. Object Styles is where it's all at for graphics. If you want to do project-wide graphics, you can control a lot through here. So if I go to Imported Categories, notice how I have 3 separate imported categories that I can change the line work and the surface material of. That's not ideal. We want to be able to just change it in one place and have every model that comes through here change automatically based on just one setting for one set of layers that controls all of these. So I'm going to show you how to do that instead of importing into here. This is not the way you want to do it. So I'm going to go to File, New, Family, English Imperial for where I'm at. I'm going to go down to Site and just click Open. So starting with a new site here, I'm going to go to 3D View. So, and in this family, I'm going to go Insert and Import CAD. So this is where I'm going to import my CAD from. And by the way, when you're importing, you want your meters, you want your units set to meters. When you're bringing it in from CADmapper, that's important. Preserve all that stuff. The rest of it's fine. All right, so, and I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to insert 3 different models just to show you. So just 3 separate models that I got from CADmapper's site. Open. Okay, so I have this site family here, which has these 3. They look similar, but I have some graphics set in my Revit environment. So I'm going to load this into here, and it's going to come up right there. So magic. Notice how the graphics are already set for all three of these separate models in here. So the interesting thing is, if you go to manage and go back to object styles and imported objects, you'll see actually under imports in families, all of these categories will control all of your imports project wide actually. So I can have a completely separate site model that I created, that I imported a CADmapper site into. I could load that in as a separate family, and these graphics will still control those. So project wide, and also just you could do 100 projects using this method, and all of your graphics will be consistent all the way through. So you don't have to repeat any of this process. So that's why you do it that way. So another thing is, if I go to this environment, I want to show you, I'm going to insert import CAD. So this is a CADmapper example where I didn't download the surfaces for roads. I left that unchecked and just did outlines. So this is what it looks like when you're using outlines instead of this kind of like overlapping kind of curve here. I'm going to load this into here. You'll see it pop down here. So the difference in graphics, you'll see this is what it looks like with outlines. There is no color, solid color. This one you get a solid color. So I prefer it to look like this. I like to have a solid gray color for the road, and not have this outline. It kind of looks messy to me. So to control the graphics of this road, to make it gray like that, object styles again, imported objects. These highway, major road, minor road, I simply go and make the line color the same gray as the gray that's in the material that's assigned to those as well. That'll give you that nice kind of ordeal there. So now when it comes to, like, if you need to make changes to this site, to the massing of the building, say you're demoing a series of buildings and replacing it with yours, let me show you how to do that without having to go to AutoCAD or anything like to make changes to this. You can do it in here with this trick right here. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to control copy, and I'm going to paste a line to the same place. So I have two of these all overlapping each other. One of them I'm going to explode. Okay, and then I'm going to get this, if I drag this off to the side, I'm going to get these like manipulatable volumes that I can actually make some changes to if I wanted to. And then the other one is still this CAD file, which we're going to click on this and go delete layers. We're going to delete this buildings layer. Boom. Now we have this object, which can be separated from this object. What we want to do is give these buildings a subcategory so we can change their graphics separately. So the way you do that is go to manage object styles. We're going to add a new object style and call it buildings. Okay, good. And we're simply going to click this, go over here, subcategory, buildings. Nice. So in order to cut a hole in this, say our site wants to take up these 4 blocks, it's really easy. Just go to create, void forms, void extrusion. Okay, and in plan, I'm going to just draw a rectangle, one corner to the next. It's okay. And I'm going to drag this volume up so that it cuts out the entire city. And then you just have to go up here, cut, select the buildings, select the void. There you go. So I'm gonna load this back in, overwrite this, and boom, there we go. We have a hole in here, and we don't have to worry about the roads and things coming in through our site, the walkways. All we have to do is set this whole model to like -1 foot. Drag it into place. If I can go into plan. And all of those lines, all of those road geometry and everything, that will all just appear underneath your site, just below it, so that you can't actually, this is not the perfect shape, but you won't see them come through your site plan. And you can actually have a model that looks really good. So, and then if I go back through my presentation, you'll see this this site model appear just how you want it in every single view. I will go in and say under model objects, we do need to change in the object styles. Go to site. You'll see this buildings will show up here. This is where I soften up the line work to those context buildings a little bit, and also apply the render material, which is just an all white to it. Otherwise, they'll show up as like a dark gray. So that's why we allocate a subcategory. If we don't allocate a subcategory to it, it'll show up under site, and we don't want that controlling everything there. So I can just go in here and change my view scale to something smaller, get it to fit on the page there. It could be smaller than that, but you get the idea. So anyways, hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully you get an idea of what it looks like to have good site context models in your Revit environment that actually look good, can be used for diagrams and things like that. So thanks, I'll see you in the next video.